All right. Good morning. This is actually the 27th of September, and we are recording midterm problem number 3. This is Scott Hamlin, and this problem was actually pretty simple. You just had to, just read it clearly, make sure you weren't tricked up on anything. But what it wants you to do is write a Python function, 2 quadrants, which prints the sum of coefficient x values. Before we go any farther, let me just jazz up this view. Okay, how's that? Look a little better? Okay, write Python function 2 quadrants, which prints the sum of the coefficients in x values. So you've got 2 polynomials and you're adding them together, and you know what all the variables are. Those are supplied. And the function eval quadratic is given to you. Use it in solving the problem. So that's what was given right here. And it's pretty straightforward. It's got 4 arguments. There's your A, your B, your C, and there's your x value. Okay, so and then they don't spell A, B, and C numerical values, and C is a numerical value which to evaluate quadratic. So they even show you the format of the quadratic. It's a squared plus bx plus c. Okay, a normal quadratic formula. So with that's pretty easy. So it's the addition of 2 quadratics. Okay, so I just started off, and I want to make mine. So we want to define 2 quadratics, and we want it to have actually, well, yeah, you could have 6, you could have 6 variables to it, or I guess you could just do it that it has a quadrant. I think, let's see, yeah, I'm just going to use 6 variables, okay, and go from there, because that's what's given to us. So at some point they have to be put in. So I've got my 6 variable. I've got actually 8 variables. That's a lot. So, and you got your 2. There's your x2. Okay. So you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, there's one good thing about doing these like this. It makes you think again about your solution. Let me see. Okay. Boom. All right. There we go. All right. We're gonna A1, B1, C1. That's one set of coefficients of a quadratic equation. Okay, and then A2, B2, C2, another set of coefficients of a quadratic equation. X1, X2. Those are values at which to evaluate the quadratics. Okay, so there we go. And that's all the defining. And well, I should put, what does it return? Let's see, returns. It's going to return sum of 2 quadratics, and that's going to be, well, in this case, well, I guess you could be a float, because it just depends on your inputs. So return sum of float or integer. I didn't test it for a float, but I don't recall it saying in the instructions anything about what the difference would be. And then I'm going to put that these inputs can be float or integer, because what we're using will work with either one. Okay, and what we want to do is return, and this is where we'll use our other function, eval quadratic, and then we'll use A1, B1, C1, X1, and then we're going to just add them both up. It's really neat how computer programming. You do these things and just code it in once and just you're good. So that should return what we want. Okay, so let's enter. Okay, good. So both of these are in here. Make sure that this one is okay. Good. They're both in there. Now we want to set up a test. So we'll go test A1. Keep the numbers simple. 2 B1 equals 1. C1 equals 4. In this case, the testing is almost as involved as the writing the program. But that's one thing I haven't tested it with floats. So I should probably do that. You just want me to write it. You didn't say test it. I guess you could test it out and say that I'm right. I'm pretty sure this will work. Okay, there we go. Let's get this up here. All right, there we go. Okay, there's our and then we're just all we're going to go quadratics. Okay, A1, B1, C1, X1, A2, B2, C2, X2. All right, there we go. And we run that. Gives us 35. Okay, let's do a quick checksum on this. Okay, so basically this is going to be AX squared plus BX plus C. 1 is understood on this. A2 X. And you know what? It might be better here. Why don't we use a capital X? Okay. And it might just look a little better. Plus B2 X plus C2. And okay, our first term. Okay, we're just doing a check. AX, that's 2 times 2 squared. So 4 times 2, that's 8. Second term, B times X, 1 times 2, so that's plus 2. Okay, and then the C value is a 5. Yeah, C value is a 5. Okay, let me add that up one more time, make sure I got that right. A1's a 2, X squared, X is a X is a 2, so that's 4 times 2, that's 8. And then BX, B is a 1, X is a 2, so that's 10. And then C is a 4. Yeah, C's a 4, not 5. C's a 4, so that's 14. First term, 14. Second term, 3 times X, 2 is a 2, so that's 4, that's 12, is the A term. The BX, that's a 2 times a 2, that's a 2 times 2, that's 4. And then the C on this one is a 5. That gives us a 21. So first term and second term, that's 35, it checks. All right, I think I've done there, and we'll see you for the next one.